to HuntLeader.com review video. Today we have the great pleasure to introduce you to Daisy 990901433-177 Pellet Rifle 901 review. I informed you on Sunday night that I tried to clear a published waiting list. That was one of them. Because I was in December this year at the Pyramyd Air Cup, I received 2 measurement tins of something like a current H&N barrel 177 caliber, the Barracuda meters high, paddock opponent. Stefan SCHW, H&N's owner, assured me that the above latest canister became crafted for 12-pound and far fewer handguns firing. But unique centerfire rifles and many other materials tried to push down immediately this year's test until the last Wednesday, even before I decided for a year to continue working on the reference section. I will check these bullets in the defensive weapon that I was shooting, which I am going to reference how I try to kill the gun in a different build every time I measure it. And that is another problem in less than one Magnum rifle, they can't evaluate pellets. You must try it in as several other different hunting rifles as realistic to test a shotgun shell. The wireless network Model 901 has an inventory and abdomen of red efficient composite. This elegant automatic weapon small single pump fires BBs or bullets. Goal users with the aftermarket vision, the true glow fiber optic front view, and the rifled iron barrel will be within the pink. This device also falls into that category for wild game hunters with a top projectile velocity of 750 FPS and a dovetail option for mounted telescopes. Pair this weapon with targeting goggles, shatter blast breakable combatants, a 6-shooter shatter blast, and a protective government guarantee for hours of sporting pleasure. Memo: we purposely made the width somewhat huge, so we could shim within with pieces of tape to guarantee a smooth rubbing fit and shield the unpleasant malleable from exhausting the part of the bargain when imprinted in the PLA. Noticeable all-around weapon showcase today. There could be many air searches made with nitro cylinder innovation. Unfluctuating the smash hit rundown on all the best purchase online shopping sites has to be lot more of nitro cylinder compressed air firearms at the top. For example, the Cross Gentleman Nitro Malice, Benjamin Track XL 1500, the Nitro Malice Twilight, and the Crossman for the Vantage, etc. In this column, we need to take a confidential and outtake a gander at the nitro cylinder compressed air firearm, so you could be known whether it is suitable for you to need to be the one, regardless of whether is right for you only to directly for to you, and it is ideal for whether you ought to get one by any stretch of the imagination. This complete first compressed air firearm made with nitro cylinder innovation. It was the nitro to the piston for short in the stroke, NPSS. It was presented freely without precedent for the late spring for the 2009 by Crossman establishment. The Crossman obligated this innovation authorized lower than the designation for the Crossman to the nitro, and it is the piston TM and to be utilized for the weapon fabricating in the broad scope for the air search through. Well, at 1 speed, I could still start firing 13 shotgun slugs, 1 band each, and I'll just try to kill 6 different weapons at 2 intervals, 1 collective instead of 1. Because for whatever reason, I would like to go back to a specific pellet and keep firing a 10-shot organization. The number of crimes, organizations, and altitudes I can punch will be limited. In the 3rd stage, with this spring firearm, in the event that you do not hold your pointers for the similar spot each time your young branch, the 1/4 of an inch in distinction of hand position could be the mean and 1/2 for the inch in contrast in point to the impression, the opinion the bit hits the objective. Be that as it may, since there is less force, when you are in this field, and you must go for your weapon on a bipod for other gunfire breaks, jiggle, tree, and so forth, there is for all intents and purposes no impact on poise smooth if your hand locations to alteration for over the gunshot series. The 4th, a Daisy 990,901-433 plus 177 calorie pellet rifle 901. It is not influenced by climate. With a mechanism firearm, the primary loop spring is greased up with oil. At the point when the weather gets cold, mechanisms get more earnestly and harder. So, it hinders the weapon and brands it difficult to the cockle. By means of a Cal pellet rifle 901 roll, the nitro cavity is greased up by means of cutting-edge oil, so it works nearly the equivalent paying little heed to outdoor infection. See just how hard, and that's when you model it this method? If you really don't intend that way before you start, though, you will always finish the experiment, thinking you would do more research with one and sometimes more reasons. This year's architecture of the experiment is achieved in reverse. You will first decide what you know how to find out. This is much more explicit than just trying to find out where the bullet might be the most precise, because it may be one projectile only in certain fully automatic weapons, although it may be another in both these fully automatic weapons. Which really convinces you in far more than one weapon you really have to evaluate many such granules? You also might want to distinguish a lot throughout any automatic pistol that doesn't really pay the bills. This is about as worthwhile as knowing what will happen on